All right, it's April 28th. We're in Haw River, North Carolina to continue our quest to visit every town center in the state. We're looking at their municipal building right here. Their civic center and police department as well. This is Main Street right here. If you're going up Main Street, Google Girl told me that was the center up there at Highway 70, but that's a 4-lane intersection. There was a local drug up there, but it was mostly just like any big intersection you see in any other town. It didn't feel like a town center to me. This feels more like it. So we're gonna walk down through here and go back down toward the river where it all got its start. You can see the old house in behind the trees there. Anyway, let's get started. Check it out. Got the Edwards Automotive back there, and it looks like there is a mill, old mill back there on that side as well. There's one down here on the right too. This Childry House World War II Homefront Museum sign looks good, but it just don't look open. Maybe got an orange. It says it's condemned, so I guess they don't have that anymore. Yeah, you can see a big mill down here. It's a big mill town for sure. And look at this old house right here. That's cool looking. Yep, mills since the 1800s. And this town's broken up in different sections of the town, you know, like all mill towns. Around the mills you'd have different parts of town with the town owning most of the town and the houses and things like that for a long time. Yeah, the old mill's kind of hidden back there. You can see it. It was a big one. It's overgrown. It'd be cool to walk around in there, but I don't do those abandoned building things. That's somebody's property, so I'm not going to do it. Yep, Pepsi, R. Flint, we had an old store here, I guess, and that would have been an old store as well at one time, probably. Maybe owned by the mill, I don't know. You locals that know a lot about the history, make sure to comment below and fill us in, because I just kind of glance over the history a little bit when I pull into towns. I kind of like to just run up on them and explore and learn about them as I go. It says Wiltex Corner up there. Got a mean clown face on it. I don't know if that's a club of some sort. Looks like a nightclub. Here's another building right here. It gives me the feeling of a nightclub or something. Maybe it is, maybe it ain't. It might be a building, business. Who knows? You guys live here, let us know, but it got a lightning bolt on that door over there. This house is real close to the road here. Yeah. See that blue lightning bolt? Ain't that cool? People out doing their landscaping here. Yeah, this is the other mill when I come across the Haw River down there. There's a big mill right down on the right. We'll get down there in a minute. But you can see old Rev. And we got a little bit of a space, so we're jumping on up to those next buildings. As we walk up on these buildings to the left, you'll see Cone on the side of that building. Cone, Company Cone, I guess, owned this mill last. I don't know if it's still a mill or not, but they owned it last. It was turned over several times over the years. We'll talk about that in a little bit when we get closer to the river. We've got a carpet Haw River flooring right here in that building. We got the lofts on Haw River over there, and it says live the Haw. So feels like that's still got something going on. It looks like a lot of cars up in there, so maybe they're still doing something. And then maybe those older buildings in the back are places you can live now. I'm not sure. Here's some old pictures, maybe way back when. Fountain Cafe. Looks like maybe the 20s right there. Man carrying a couple of cooters. Clown in a top hat. Some mill workers sitting there. They would have been the backbone of this town. You got the Haw River Museum right here, Saturday and Sunday. You got to do it by appointment only though. You probably learn a little bit in there if you go in. I don't know if that building's the lofts or what. Let's see what this says down here. Haw River, our town. Right there. Might use that as a thumbnail, maybe. Let's see what it says here. Nathaniel Polk, DeShong, Southern. What is this? I'm not going to read that off today, but something about the Civil War. Don't come by, if you're into the Civil War trails, you can check that out. They got them all around here, but I don't want to start reading about that because some of you might be interested, and we just want to look around the town. So there's the way we came. There's Cone, there's the lofts, and they got Cone Distribution Center. Welcome to Cone sign. There's those stones that would have been used in the mill. And here's the river down here. So let's go down here and take a look at that. We're almost to the river now, but I just wanted to switch back and show you these lofts. The lofts are back here. It looks like we got some running trails around the back. So yeah, they turned these mills into lofts for people to live. And I saw a person walking the dog earlier. There's the river down there, so that's a good idea. Let's go on down here and get a look at the river. It's the basis for this town, of course, Haw River. Took its name from the Haw River, and the town did. And a man named Trollinger, I believe, was the first one down in this area. Kind of moved in here from Pennsylvania and started things up, built the first mill and things like that. And he picked this area because it was a easy place to cross, and then it had enough flow to it to operate a mill. And then as time went on, I guess this is his mill, maybe he built. As time went on, he had his hand in getting the railroad to come through here, because I'm sure this is not the original bridge, but that should be the railroad bridge there, I believe. He built a whole bridge across here with his own money, and he was even influential in getting the repair station up there in Burlington, North Carolina. We did a video on that earlier if you want to watch that. So yeah, check out a lot of my videos. I've been in a lot of towns around here. Like I said, I'm on a quest to visit them all. There's 500 and something, about, I don't know, I'm in between, I think I'm around 150 to 200. I can't remember right off the top of my head. Got too many things in my mind right now, I guess. Trying to remember what I read earlier. Yeah, that's kind of why he built the place, and that's a beautiful river. And as time went by, he had financial difficulties, and I believe a man named Hope bought this up, and his sons, and they started it and started running it and things like that. And then I think a man named Moore come in as a partner. And then as time went by, I'm not sure if Sweetsonville is down that way or up this way. You guys let me know, but they started some kind of barge business, taking the cotton down there to Sweetsonville, I guess, to be turned into a product of some sort or another, and then brought back up here to this town to be sent off by the railroad. And apparently the partner that Holt had was a man whose name was Moore. I guess he went down there one day and they found him dead on Sweetson's yard where they did all that. Of course, Sweetson was acquitted, but he still had to leave town. So a little murder mystery going there in town. All these towns got things like that, I reckon. When Trollinger got here and had his mill built and all, or was building it, I'm not sure time frame, but Cornwallis came near here, and yeah, he had the mill built. I remember what it said. They must have had a mill built. They came down here. Cornwallis and his men came down here and stole all his grain and tied him to a tree with a horse bit in his mouth, and that kind of pissed him off. So he sent his sons off to go fight in the war against him. All kinds of stuff will happen along these rivers. These rivers were like the big interstates of the day. You know, this is where everything happened. But you can see where it floods up at times. That's why they hadn't got all that landscaped, I guess. It's just a beautiful river. A minute ago we stopped up there and looked at that Civil War trail sign, and I kind of glanced at it as I was looking at it. And that guy was in the Civil War, and he was in like a medic, I guess, and worked the horses of teams and things like that. And he talked about that a little bit, and I again think he owned some slaves. In that picture, the family was slaves that lived with him. And then, but what got me about it was that he was talking about he moved to Texas eventually, and what I guess his son or who, one of them moved to Texas. Can't remember. You guys tell me. Maybe his father died and he moved to Texas, I think's what it was. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is he talked about how clear this water was. Well, you see, it's kind of clear through here, but it's nothing like I bet it was at one time. All these rivers probably run clear before all the development around it and farming and stuff and the cities and all that. Some rivers do run dark because of the minerals and things in it, but it must have been a clear one for him to say that, and that's what he remembered about it. Yeah, he was in all those big battles up in Tatum and all that. Anyway, just wanted to walk through here. I kind of thought this town might be a little bit more like Mayodan. It was on the Dan River, and it had more of an outdoorsy vacation feel to it. But you know, it's a beautiful little town. Doesn't have really what I consider a town center, but I'm sure everybody loves living here, and it's not far from Burlington, and the Haw River State Park's not far from here, and a lot of stuff to do there, and river and paddle sports and things like that. So I think I'll end it here looking at the old mill and the river. Hope you enjoyed this walk and talk tour. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you like, subscribe, and share. Y'all take care. Whew, just walking back on that bridge, loud, cars coming by. It's like it was quiet, and then I started trying to talk. I felt like I had to yell at you. I don't know. I hope I got that history right. All right, let's go find old Rev and head home. I think I'm done for today.